How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilowatt, a podcast about electric vehicles, renewable energy, autonomous driving, and much, much more. And I am forgetting a lot of things. I forgot how I did the intro. I actually had to go back and listen to the previous episode to see how I did the intro for the show. Oh, lordy. It's been a couple weeks. So, this episode should have gone out on Tuesday. Here's what a ding-dong I am, and I'm just laying this all out here because I don't know why I was this stupid, but I was. So like 10 days ago, I put together these clips for this episode because I knew this was going to be a busy week. But all I did was edit the clips. I didn't record an actual episode. I didn't post an actual episode. But in my head, everything was done. So, somewhere between 7 and 10 days ago, I can't remember the exact day, I was like, oh, I am so ahead of things. And then I put it out of my mind and I went to log in to look at some things in my account. And I was like, why didn't the episode post? Oh, it didn't post in Patreon? It didn't post in Supercast? Huh, that's weird. And then when I went and checked, it didn't post because I never did it. So, yeah, that's just bad everything. I would blame my underlings if I had any, but it's just me. So I have no one to blame but myself. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, this episode is going to be 3 CES interviews because I realize there's so much news right now. If I didn't carve some stuff out just for CES, we wouldn't have anything, and I wanted to make sure to get this out in a somewhat timely manner. So, once again, big fail on my side. All right, let's go ahead and move past this and talk about our episode today. Our first interview is from Bridget, and she's going to tell us about Tone Outdoors, and Tone has a really quiet leaf blower, and not only quiet but actually quite powerful and stylish. Like if you want a leaf blower that looks like like Apple built it, Tone is the leaf blower for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into our interview with Bridget. I'm with Bridget from Tone.
Yes.
What are you offering today?
So we're offering the quietest high-performance leaf blower on the market right now. I think, they're outlawing gas right now and putting in noise bans in certain communities across the U.S., and electric is becoming just as loud as gas because the biggest complaint is, electric's not as powerful. So when they're making the electric or battery-powered blowers powerful, they get louder. What we've done is treat noise at the source through our fan and the blade count in our fan. I'll give you a demo here. So you're listening to a typical leaf blower. In ours, which is equal power, that's about 40% quieter.
Yeah, and a lot of the noise that you're hearing is the air reflecting back from the cage of the leaves that you're blowing.
Exactly.
So it's not even an accurate example.
Yeah, what you're hearing here is the propulsor, the fan, the motor in the leaf blower, which they try and quiet by using foam or treating the sound, whereas we're treating the sound at the source.
That's awesome. So if people want to find out more, because this is Whisper Aero,
Yeah.
Where would they go? Would they go to whisperarrow.com?
You can go to toneoutdoors.com. So Whisper Arrow is our parent company, and it's the technology that we're using in the leaf blower, our ultra quiet technology. And you can pre-order a leaf blower today for $100, and you can get it by fall.
I mean, it's $100 for the whole leaf blower.
No, pre-order cost is $100.
The pre-order.
$5.99.
Okay, I was gonna say that's cheaper than a battery.
I know. Fully kitted though. You get a battery, a strap, charger, and the leaf blower.
Okay, so I don't think that's too far off base for a leaf blower. I have a Ryobi, and the backpack one that I bought that I ended up giving away because it was too frustrating to deal with. I think that was like $400.
Yeah.
It came with 2 batteries, but it was $400.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, our pricing.
Yeah, so you have something for commercial landscapers, which my brother is one.
Yeah.
So kind of explain what you have here.
So we've worked closely with the American Green Zone Alliance, AGZA, to better understand the needs of landscapers in their switch from gas to electric. And one of the biggest complaints is runtime, and we've been hearing that over the past year. So what we did, first we made the leaf blower, and we noticed that runtime was an issue for landscapers. And so we are creating a backpack carrier that is equipped with 4 batteries and can get over 200 minutes of runtime. So it's basically taking 4 of your typical batteries that will go on our T1 leaf blower, and you're able to run it, your entire property, your entire job, swap out the batteries as needed.
That's really smart. I don't know why anybody hasn't done that before. That is very clever. Is it heavy? Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick it up. It's not too bad.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, some of them are super heavy too.
Yeah, no, that's probably about what a commercial leaf blower would weigh on your back.
Yeah.
But then you have the freedom of
using it on its own.
Using this one, because the hose on a commercial leaf blower is only so long,
Yeah. And we've got a strap that's ambidextrous, so you can go left or right. It really helps with that wear of using it around your yard. And another thing that we've incorporated is our user interface. We've got our tone speed wheel and tone lock, which helps with, it's like, cruise control for your leaf blower to help manage the amount of battery that you're using and know okay, so if we're on this mode, this is good for hardscapes, for mulch, flower beds, things like that. And if you're going on turbo, that's for wet leaves on wet surfaces or grass.
No, that's great. I live in Arizona. We have a lot of rock.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you want to blow the leaves out, but you don't want to blow the rocks all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that first setting is for. And it also helps our users better understand how they can conserve battery, which is another thing we've learned from AGZA. Like I said, just better understanding what consumers need and what landscapers need from their leaf blowers and their tools right now.
And you said about 50 minutes for battery, just for the one battery.
Yeah, 1 battery on Eco.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Does Tone do anything else, or is this their first product?
It's our first product that we brought to market yesterday, actually. So
sweet.
We did their full reveal. You can go to toneoutdoors.com to pre-order and watch some videos, find out some more information.
All right, so that's Tone, Tone, outdoors.com.
Yes.
Thank you, Bridget. Appreciate you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, I know it doesn't feel like it in some places, but spring is just around the corner. So if this is something that speaks to you, I was actually very impressed by it. I made a bad joke when they kind of reached out because sometimes they could be cantankerous. And I was like, oh, I like the sound of a leaf blower. And really, I don't. I don't mind the sound of a leaf blower, but anytime you can have, a little bit more peace in the neighborhood, that's a positive thing, because I can tell you that I don't mind the sound of a leaf blower at, let's say, 8 a.m. I'm not a big fan of a leaf blower at 6 a.m. Also, I can also tell you that I don't want to annoy my neighbors. I have 2 on either side of our house. We have 2 great neighbors. I don't want to annoy them. But sometimes, it's 9:00 on a Saturday. You don't know if they're trying to sleep in or not, but you also need to get the yard done before, it gets really hot here in Phoenix. So that, this leaf blower is actually a really good option. And like I said, it looks really good. I'll put links in the show notes, but if you want to learn more, go to toneoutdoors.com. All right, let's move on to our next interview, and quite possibly it's in the top 3 of my favorite interviews that I did at CES. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, if we're doing 3 interviews and this is in the top 3, are you giving us the best interview at the end? No, I'm giving you, I think, what is the cooler product at the end, but not the best interview. I'm giving you this interview because it was right next to that booth with the leaf blowers, and you could hear when they were doing this is the loud leaf blower. You'll hear that in the back of this interview. All right, so this interview, we spoke with Jack Mudd, who's the chief evangelist at Future Motion. And if you're familiar with Future Motion, if you recognize that name, Future Motion is the company that brought you the One Wheel, which is, a pretty remarkable bit of technology. Now, I did, he asked, have you ever heard of the One Wheel? And I said, yeah, a guy I work with has it, and he's really annoying. Or actually, I said I hate him, and I don't really hate him. It was a bad joke. But I realized that, like, out of context, it makes me really sound like I hate him. And I was like, so I took that out. And I don't know why I'm telling you now, because I took it out. You would never know. But anyway, he was talking about the One Wheel, which I think is a really cool product. If you're not familiar, it's kind of like a skateboard deck with a big giant wheel in the middle, and it's got like this incredible balance. Like, I've never seen anybody fall off this thing. You can do pretty amazing things with it. Well, Future Motion took the technology from the One Wheel and transfer that over to a mini bike type platform. So I know a lot of folks that listen to the show are roughly my age or a little bit older. And the cool thing about being this age is you remember mini bikes. Like I had a mini bike when I was growing up. And even when I was in high school, like when mini bikes had kind of, in the late 80s, early 90s, when mini bikes had kind of gone out of favor, I remember a friend of mine, like he or his grandpa, because his grandpa had a bunch of stuff. Somehow we got a hold of like 3 or 4 mini bikes, and we had 4-wheelers, and at one point in time we had an actual army Jeep. All this stuff available to us just to kind of tear around Alaska. And it was great. It was awesome. So I have very, very fond memories of being a little guy on a mini bike and then being a teenager on a mini bike. And I was instantly drawn to it's called the Antic, ANTIC. The Antic mini bike has all of that same nostalgia feel, but also is kind of futuristic. So it's, I don't know. I should probably stop talking because I would just explain what the whole interview was. But yeah, this is one of those times, one of those products that I was like, man, I should probably buy myself a good camera, like a DJI Osmo 3 or 4, and start bringing this to CES. I mean, it's not cheap. It's like an $800 product plus tripod and all the other stuff that you got to buy for it. But there is such a benefit to video in this case, because when he's on the bike, he's effectively doing a wheelie, and like he's just sitting there talking to me as if he's sitting in an office chair. Just a super, super cool product. So let's go ahead and dive into that interview before I ruin it and just tell you what the whole interview is about.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The secret is out. With millions of younger-looking customers across the country, Plexiderm is one of the most highly sought-after products on the market. It visibly shrinks under-eye bags and smooths out crow's feet in minutes, and the effects last up to 10 hours. Influencers love it, magazines feature it, and people just can't get enough of it. As a matter of fact, Elle Magazine gave it an Editor's Choice Award as Best Instant Wrinkle Filler for 2025. In as little as 10 minutes, Plexiderm reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and those dreaded under-eye bags. So yes, you can look years younger in minutes, and the effects last for hours. No surgery, no gimmicks, just results. The best news, you can try Plexiderm for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Don't wait. Order Plexiderm today. Visit plexiderm.com/special. That's plexiderm.com/special. Paid for by Sheer Science.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. You know what's slower than a pace car? Waiting at the car wash. That's when I fire up Chumba Casino. It turns those slow minutes into fast fun. With new games every week, you'll never get bored. Next time you're stuck in the slow lane, speed up with Chumba. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
There's nothing like the American Express Platinum Card. Find out your welcome offer after you apply, which could be as high as 175,000 points. Learn more and find out your offer at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Terms apply.
All right, let's go ahead and jump in.
I am here with Jack Mudd from Future Motion. Jack, what are you riding?
Well, I'm here on the Antic bike, which we released recently. Future Motion makes one wheels as well, which you may be familiar with, single-wheeled, self-balancing. The Antic bike is basically inspired by the 1970s mini bikes. So it's small, it's compact, so much fun, but it's all made with one-wheel technology. So it actually is powered by the one-wheel powertrain, hub motor, there's no chain, same batteries, same controller, all that jazz. It does everything that normal bikes do, but it has a cup holder.
It has a cup holder?
It has a cup holder. No, well, it does have a cup holder, but what it actually does that's so special is that it actually, because it is a one wheel essentially, it can balance you in a wheelie for forever.
Nice.
So if I rip up, your audio viewers won't be able to see this, but if I accelerate the bike, the nose will lift, and if it hits an angle that I set in the app, it will actually lock me into a wheelie, and I can just wheelie for literally forever because it's balancing me. So it's a self-balancing bike.
That's all. So here's the thing, like with the one wheels, and we'll even include this in this now.
Sure.
That I always found interesting is like the concept look. It looks like you're just going to eat poo every single time you take it out. Like it is a meaningful way to get around.
Yes.
And I see them all the time. I live in Arizona. I see them all the time.
Okay.
So when we look at the Antic, I mean, it inspired by the 1970s mini bike.
Yeah.
What are we talking about for range?
Yeah. So there's a base model that goes 25 miles an hour, and there's an extended range model that goes 50.
Okay.
So depending on what you want to do, it can definitely get you around town as a commuter. It's got a great little storage area in the middle here. You can see because you don't need a gas-powered motor, you can just pull that whole thing out of the frame. Opens up all this space down here.
That's awesome.
And the other pony trick I got for this thing is it balances itself.
Oh, nice.
So no kickstand even on this, because it has wide tires and a low center of gravity. So literally you can't, again, a lot of this is visual.
That's visual. Guys, he just got off, right? He just got off the bike. There's no kickstand. It's just standing up. It's not falling down. I would love that. I've bought my children expensive bikes, and oftentimes I find them laying down.
Right.
So I would love this just for that alone.
Right. Yeah. Overall, I would say it's probably the most fun bike I've ever ridden.
How fast does it go?
It depends on what mode you're in the app, right? So you can limit it to like 15 or 20. But if you want it the full thing, it goes 35.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can it be street legal?
Yes, actually. So anywhere where you can like ride a one wheel or ride like a motorized scooter, right? You should be able to ride this. Obviously, the laws depend on your local jurisdiction.
Sure.
Yeah, this is technically like a seated scooter.
Nice. Did we talk about price yet? I don't think we have.
We have not. We have not talked about price yet. How much do they cost?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're asking me that?
Well,
no, I'm kidding.
You know what? Can I guess?
I would love for you to guess.
I'm gonna say $5,000 to start.
That is a really good guess. What if I told you? Let me just make sure I have. We had a launch. We had a launch deal, and I want to make sure I have the right price.
All right.
What if I told you that right now you can get an Antic for $2,100?
Oh dang.
The base model, I know it's almost too good to be true.
That is a really good price.
$2,100. That is the launch pricing. Again, this product just released, so normally it's $2,500. That's
still
the
really good.
Base model, and then the long range is $2,700, and the long range plus, which has like basically like upgraded tires on it, kind of better handling, is $2,900.
Wow, that is.
I know, it's a great deal.
Really good deal.
So the interesting thing is like this bike here basically has the same parts as our high-end one wheels do, and our high-end one wheels are pretty expensive, like $2,200, $2,500, $3,000, and you're getting a lot more with frame and suspension and brakes and stuff. So
yeah, that's fantastic. Is it going to stay? Because I know this is a temporary deal. Is it going to stay that price for a while, or?
I think eventually it'll go up to $2,500.
Okay. Yeah. So we're not talking like this isn't like a Kickstarter. You can get it for 40% off, and then it jumps up a big amount. It's still reasonable.
Yeah. Yep. And so basically the first bikes will be delivered at the end of this month. We are right now building our manufacturing facility in San Jose, California. So you can probably count the amount of e-bike companies that are building their bikes in the United States on one hand, maybe even on 3 or 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're doing. It's very ambitious, but we build all our one wheels in America as well.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool.
And then where would people go to find out more about the one wheel and the Antic?
Sure. Go to anticbikes.com or follow on any of the social channels, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, Antic. Or for onewheel.com and at onewheel on Instagram and all that. So
all right, man. I told you when I came up here that I had a fat tire bike or a mini bike when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I have so many fond memories of riding that thing around when I was little.
Oh.
It was just like we were like a little gang of thugs.
Dude.
Just cruising through, and it goes through anything like forest. Boom.
Yeah.
You're just you don't need a trail. Well, this is in the 70s and 80s, so
sure.
We were not as aware as we are now. But yeah, you could just go anywhere with these things.
Well, that's the beauty about this, right? Is big wide tires, right? So you can go over anything. It's one wheel tires.
Yeah, beach. You can ride on the beach.
You can ride you can rip on the beach. Oh my goodness. But that's our whole ethos, is just bringing back those like 1980s vibes of like kids on the bikes in the neighborhood, just riding around until the street lights turn on. Like that's what this is about.
That's awesome.
This is don't tell anyone, but
okay.
This is anti-technology technology.
Okay,
this is actually technology that gets you off your phone, off your screen, and into the world. So don't tell the other people that are here at this show, right? But this is some anti-technology technology.
No, I think this is good anti-technology,
right?
And it's fun. Yeah, and over behind you, there's a dude doing the wheelies. So
yeah, this is our launch video, which you said like you were a little gang of thugs.
Yeah.
Our launch video is our adult. He gets his house doorbell ditched by these kids.
Oh.
And he gets on his Antic bike, catches up to them, and they think that he's going to exact revenge, but instead he joins them and TPs the rest of the neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah,
that's what we're all about.
That speaks to my Gen X inside.
This is for you.
It's definitely for me. Hey, Jack, thank you so much for taking so much time with me, actually.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Nice
Good
to
luck,
meet
buddy.
you. Yep, cheers.
One of the coolest things about being able to do these interviews at CES and other places is that I get to talk to genuinely cool people, and Jack was genuinely a cool person, or is a cool person. So yeah, if you go to Antic, ANTIC, bikes, BIKES, you will see that it's still currently at that $2,100 price, that intro price, $2,500 after the limited time savings. And I honestly think this is a good deal. And I looked it up because I was basing the $5,000 price on some of the higher end e-bikes, like the bikes that have pedals and stuff. And in reality, I was very high, but it's still not uncommon for a bike like this to cost $3,000. So I think what they're doing is really reasonable and allowing for younger folks and older folks to get a nostalgia kick, but younger folks to have those really cool experiences. So yeah, and if you're worried about a full-grown adult being able to sit on this, I don't know how tall Jack was, but he was taller than me, and I'm 5'10". So he was sitting on it just fine. Yeah, so anyway, anticbikes.com. Of course, I'll put a link in the show notes. And if you have a mini bike story, send it in. I'm going to read it on the air if you do, but send it in. I think genuinely, like this product makes my heart happy. Now, let's move on to the other thing that I did a lot of when I was a kid, and that is video games. So we're going to talk in this next interview to AirConsole. And AirConsole has this really cool product for cars, and I'm not going to over-explain it like I did with the Antic bikes, but basically you're able to turn the cars on approved cars, so that they have partnerships. You're going to be able to turn the infotainment screens, or the screens in the car, if there's screens in the back, into different mini games, like a short video game. I think this is fantastic for road trips. If you have an EV, it's fantastic for charging. Tesla has video games in their system. But what AirConsole does is it allows you to use your phone or tablet as a controller. So it's not just the person sitting in the front seat or the person who has the steering wheel, the driver. Anybody can participate in the Air Games system simply by using a device that's connected to the internet. And we're going to talk about that in the interview. So let's go ahead and jump into our interview with Danny from AirConsole. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right,
sure.
Perfect. How many have you done to these today?
Couple.
Couple?
Yeah.
So I'm standing with Danny, who's with AirConsole.
Yeah.
Danny, AirConsole looks like everything that I would have wanted as a kid
Exactly.
In a long car trip. So what is AirConsole doing?
Yes. So what we're doing is we're turning idle moments in the car into fun experiences by turning cars into gaming consoles on four wheels. Right. What that means is we enable vehicles to play video games on whatever screen it is in the car, maybe the head unit or the passenger screen or the rear seat entertainment. And we use the smartphone to control these video games. So you connect your phone to the screen by just scanning a QR code. Then you can browse a catalog of games that we curate. We work with many licensors and game developers such as Mattel, Sony Entertainment Pictures, Atari, Bandai Namco. And we bring games into the car that were made for cars, right? But not just mobile games, but games that were meant to be played in this space. We add immersive features such as ambilighting, air conditioning, seat accentuators to create like a truly immersive gaming experience on wheels, essentially.
So right now, this is working on the infotainment screen.
Yeah.
But there are there are vehicles out there that do have screens in the back.
Yeah, rear seat entertainment, exactly.
Right. Will this do that while you're traveling?
Exactly.
Okay.
So this vehicle here, for example, we have two vehicles here. We have an Audi Q6 and a BMW X3. The Audi has a PYD, which is lingo for a passenger screen. So the passenger has an individual screen in front of him or her, and you can play on that while driving as well.
Man, okay, so my wife and I had a van where my kids could play games in the back.
Yeah.
It was not a great experience, and they were simple games. We're talking like tic-tac-toe, maybe checkers, and maybe one other game. So it wasn't, even though they could do it, they almost never used it for that because they could watch movies on it, and why would you? But in this, you mentioned the Mattel with the Hot Wheels, but you could play Pac-Man, you could play Pictionary.
Exactly.
It's very similar to anybody that's experienced like a Jackbox Games kind of a thing, where everybody's essentially able to participate, not just the two people sitting in the front or the two people sitting in the back.
Absolutely, yes. That's the whole idea, to create a truly social multiplayer experience in the vehicle. That's why we essentially devised this solution for the TV. We wanted to enable people to play video games on a TV that do not own a console, right? And we did that very successfully. We have around 18 million users on our platform on the TV.
Oh, nice.
And for us, the next logical step was to move into the car, because this is the third space. There's so many entertainment options that now come into vehicles for obvious reasons. So for us, it was a natural transition.
If somebody buys an Audi or a BMW now, are they able to get this?
Absolutely,
is this included?
So this is available in right now in BMW, Mini, Audi, Volkswagen, Porsche.
Oh, nice.
Starting early next year, early this year actually, in January, it will be in Skoda vehicles as well.
Okay.
So it obviously depends a little bit on the generation. It's the latest generations of the vehicles. With BMW, we go back 2 years. With Volkswagen, it's 1 year. Audi and Porsche, this year's generation of vehicles. All these newer models of these brands have our solution ready to play.
So the other thing is like maybe you have small kids, but you don't want to necessarily buy them a phone. Can they use the iPad? Is it like,
yes, absolutely.
Do you have to connect to the internet, or can you just connect to the device?
It has to be connected to the internet. So we established the connection between the controller, the phone or the iPad, and the entertainment unit through the internet. So the devices need to be connected, yes.
Okay. Well, it's easy enough to like pair a device. Like I'll when my
kids hotspot it.
Yeah, you hotspot to the phone.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. I had one other. Oh, how much is this, a monthly subscription?
No. So this comes as a part of the connectivity package that users are buying from their car manufacturers.
So that's between them and whoever the manufacturer is.
If you buy a connected car from Audi or from BMW, you will have this as part of the deal.
Nice, that is awesome. How about the new iX? That's
yes.
the
in the iX3, yes.
Yes, the iX3. That's
the
it, right?
Classe, yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not saying I'm going to buy one of those because I just bought a car, but my heart wants one of those.
Okay.
For sure.
I get it.
And this is just making it a little bit better sale for my family. If people wanted to learn more about what AirConsole is doing, where would they go?
Well, I mean, I would say very simple. Just Google us. You'll see a lot of news, every announcement that we had over the last 2 years with all the partners that we work. Obviously, we have a website, airconsole.com, where people can also play our games on their browser.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
If you have an Android TV, you can also download our app in the Google Play Store and play on your TV. And if you own any of the cars that I just mentioned, any of those brands, then you can play our games in the car.
That's awesome. Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. I want to thank Danny for agreeing to the interview. And yeah, I overall, I think that these interviews kind of matched up. Like the leaf blower, maybe not so much a nostalgia thing for me, but the mini bike and the video games, very much nostalgia for me. So hopefully you will find some interest in one of these three products. If you want to learn more about them, I'll put links in the show notes. And once again, I apologize for being a ding-dong and forgetting to do anything with this episode until today. So yeah, if you want to email me to explain your displeasure, please email me at Bodie, BODIE at 918digital.com. You can go to LinkedIn and search for my name, Bodie Grimm, BODIE GRIMM, and you can leave me a negative review on LinkedIn. Yeah, and then I think that's it. I don't know if you can actually leave me a negative review, but leave a negative comment. I'll be okay with it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. There will be 2 episodes this week. Tomorrow's going to be news, and then we start jumping back into earnings calls. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a wonderful day.
With the American Express Platinum Card, you can access over $3,500 in annual value with benefits and eligible purchases across travel, entertainment, and more. There's nothing like Platinum. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Enrollment requirements, monthly and other limits and terms apply.
In case you aren't aware, the Johns Hopkins Heart and Vascular Institute is in the greater Washington area, close to home. Jenny here. My dad had cardiac issues, and I want you to know that at Hopkins, you'll find exceptional cardiac care, from maintaining your blood pressure to addressing advanced heart disease. Hopkins Medicine doctors at Sibley and Suburban Hospitals, and Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. Learn more at hopkinsheartdc.org. Get all the benefits of Hopkins cardiac care right here in the nation's capital. HopkinsHeartDC.org.